The seventh principle is returning blessing rather than insult. And here we have our blessing stone, because this is just a beautiful word. Just to even hear the word blessing brings such peace. And when I say the word insult, that also brings an emotion, and it's not peaceful. Now, insult in relationships can happen quite quickly, especially if there's a conflict that's at the forefront. There can be trading of insults, the way that he looks or she looks, the way that she cooks or that she cleans the house, how he repairs or how he responds to the children. There is always the ability to say what we don't like about our spouse, and it can come across very insultive rather than a blessing. But again, the Bible calls us to bring blessing. Let's look at 1 Peter 3:10 through 11. For the one who desires life, to love and see good days, must keep his tongue from evil and his lips from speaking deceit. He must turn away from evil and do good. He must seek peace and pursue it. Would blessing and not insult, would that be keeping the tongue from evil and the lips from speaking deceit? Turning away from this. Now, to give blessing, it does mean to step aside. It means to refuse to retaliate. And remember, it would take everything inside someone to not retaliate if they have been hurt. Now, I have a couple of concepts that I use to help my couples. This has been done in my session. This has been done at home. I'm asking for start-overs at times. Now, when I ask for a start-over, what this looks like is I have asked a couple to step back outside of my office. I will then again open my office door and say, welcome, come on in. I've been waiting for you. And we actually will start over. So if the beginning of the session had been a lashing out, like I couldn't wait to get here, I wanted to tell you what they had done, I would even stop the session and I would say, I am willing to listen. I want this to be a time that we can speak honestly and not have insult. We are going to start over. Now, I would ask for the same thing at home. Perhaps a spouse is home preparing dinner. Let's say it is the wife. Her husband comes home and he's had a very rough day at work. He walks through the door and the first thing he says is, you mean supper's not ready yet? I'm so hungry. I can't believe you're still cooking. Wow, there's some insult. There was some you. He was attacking a little bit his spouse, not just the dinner. The spouse could say, could we do a start over? And if there is the emotional maturity to hear your spouse and the person can stay grounded enough, then the husband could actually step back outside, even knock on the door, be kind of cute, have the wife go, open the door, and then he could say, hi, honey, I'm home. Oh, dinner smells so wonderful. Now, what a difference. Immediately, there is a whole attitude of giving blessing. There is no insult from the moment that he walks in. Now, with this ability to be able to stay with blessing, I also talk about a concept that I learned at a workshop, and one of the speakers talked about a 12-minute principle. The 12-minute principle is that there are 4-minute time frames throughout the day that would help the couple ground, and in so doing, they will feel blessing in that moment. It could be the first 4 minutes in the morning when they get up. It could be the first 4 minutes when they see each other at the end of their workday, and it could be 4 minutes before they go to bed at night. Now that 4 minutes should be sanctuary. So they might give each other a hug. They would just hold each other. They would possibly say a little prayer, or they would say, it is so nice to see you. I'm home from work. Or when getting ready for bed, this is a time I just want to hold you. This is the time, let's just sit on the bed together and have our 4 minutes and breathe. There is blessing just being in that time period together. And those time periods would not have any part of insult. Allow for those 12 minutes, and those would be the points during the day that that could happen. Now remember that there could be the need to ask for God's help, and the power of the Holy Spirit is essential. It means to do good. It means to ask the Lord, how can I give blessing? It might be just a gentle word. It could be a touch. It could be a hug or a pat on the shoulder. And do you know that you can do this and even have two different thoughts in the brain? For example, if the husband walks in and he smells food, but he is also very frustrated because he wants his meal now, his mind could have two paths to go down. The first could be, I'm going to tell her right now that I am very upset that dinner is not ready. The second could be, I'm going to let her know that I smell the aroma of the food and I am going to go behind her and give her a hug. Which one are you going to choose? If you're not an amygdala hijack, you will be able to have rational brain to choose which one is going to give blessing rather than the insult. And then please be a blessing. Seek peace. Pursue it. And your conflict will, in that moment, be able to be much more easily resolved.